When I was around 2021, I had desired suicide. I had desired death. I didn't want to live no more. And I craved it so much to where it pains me to walk another step and live another day. I had to stay high to deal with life, to deal with waking up. The only reason I kept walking, I kept dealing with it, outside of it definitely being God's plan, was because someone very dear to me at that time told me that if something happened to me, something would happen to her. So on a conscious level, I would say that she was the reason why I just couldn't find myself to be so selfish and say, fuck it and end it all. And I felt that I would transfer all that pain over from me to her. And I didn't wish that on nobody, even though I hated everything about life. You see, it reached that point as a result of so many years of heartache and pain. And me not being able to see outside of the heartache and pain. Me not able to see outside of the things that I had because I always wanted something that I didn't have. You see, the reason why it hurted so much then because I thought that I was trying to change things. You see, I was constantly doing the same thing, but expecting a different result. Sanity. I remember when my last time that I was in the county jail, I was sitting and I was on the phone talking to my brother. I'm just hating, I'm mad at the world, I'm antisocial, I don't want to deal with nothing. And in the conversation that me and my brother was having, I told my brother, I said, I'm tired of being locked up. And my brother started laughing. So I'm like, what's so funny? And my brother really silly guy, you know, he can be real goofy at times, you know. And that was one of those moments, but he was like, he started laughing. I'm like, what's so funny? And he say, Gerald, I believe that you are tired of being locked up. He said, but the reason why I started laughing because as long as you continue to do what you've always done, as long as you continue to love doing the things you've always done, as long as you continue to love the environment and the atmosphere and the people that you hang around, you're going to always have this in your future, if not death. You see, this is the part of that. And even in all of my hurt, pain, and anger, I didn't have a response. And I ain't never forgot it, as you can see. You see, that's the problem with some of us. And that's the problem with some of you. You started doing the same thing, messing with the same people, going to the same places. I'm saying living the same type of lifestyle, but only pulling out little pieces of it. You see, that's what I was doing. Every time I came home, I was still doing wrong. I was still selling dope, but I say, I ain't gonna sell crack this time. You know what? I'm just gonna sell weed. I'm still gonna pack a pistol. I still may rob. You see, every time I came home, I just removed a few things. But I never really changed my perspective. You see, that's what's wrong with some of you. You ain't changed your perspective yet. You ain't really shifted it yet. You say you steady doing the same thing, hanging with the same people, drinking the same drink, smoking the same smoke, getting up at the same time, dressing the same way, going to the same spots, talking the same talk, looking at the same shows, listening to the same kind of music. You see, sometimes everything about you gotta change. everything about the things that you do, the way that you are programming your subconscious mind. You have to reprogram yourself. You have to unlearn and relearn. And sometimes you got to detach from everything. You see, one thing I realized was that I had wrote God a letter back in around 95, and I remember this letter was so deep for me because in this letter I was asking God, you got to come and talk to me. You got to help me figure this life out because can't nobody come tell me nothing no more. Ain't no book gonna tell me. Ain't nobody go. I don't care who it is. You have to come to me. And I believe He did. I believe that God broke me down, drugged me all the way down to the depths of hell, to the point to where I ain't have nothing else left to hold on to. And then at that point, I can see Him clearly. Then He reached His hand out and allowed me to stand up. And from that point, He taught me how to crawl. Then He taught me how to walk. Then He taught me how to talk and pronounce my words correctly. You see, some of us, some of you need to change everything about the things that you do, the way you look at things, the things that you entertain yourself with. I know that you don't think it's that serious sometimes. I know you might feel like you're doing all you need to do. But see, for me, this is one thing I always tell people is you happy with the results you're getting? So be it. Live and let live. But if you're not happy and you got complaints and you want to vent all the time, you want to throw all that energy onto somebody else so they can help you carry it. You see, at that point, especially if you bring it to me, I'm going to tell you the truth. If you don't want to hear the truth, keep it to yourself. And that's the problem with some of us. We don't be telling each other the truth. We only tell each other what we want to hear. Change the way you're thinking, man. Reprogram yourself. Change where you go. Change the people you hang out with. Change what you listen to. Change your palate. And you might get different results.